The long-awaited album Hypoxia by Projected is finally here, so in today's video we're going to analyze this record and see what surprises the hard rock supergroup has in store for us today. Comprised of members from Sevendust, Alter Bridge, and Tremonti, Projected is a force to be reckoned with, and this new album is another terrific addition to their ever-growing catalog. Lead singer and guitarist John Connolly said Hypoxia is the most cohesive work the band has ever made, and that the band has matured a lot in the recording process. Hypoxia has been in the chamber since July of 2020, so I'm sure that the band has been itching to finally get it released, and it was definitely worth the wait. Hypoxia is a great album from top to bottom, and by far the group's best record to date. Every song is interesting and unique, and every member of the band delivers a spectacular performance. Rather than sit at 100% intensity and volume the entire time, Hypoxia switches things up often, and provides listeners with definite arcs within each song and across the entire record. Scott's drumming is probably at its best here, and Vinnie Hornsby and Eric Friedman hold down the rest of the rhythm section with great effect. John Connolly's guitar parts and vocals have improved significantly from Ignite My Insanity, and there's a better balance of dirty vocals and melodic singing. I've mentioned it before, but I like screaming in moderate amounts or not at all, and this record hit that sweet spot for me. Connolly commits to full screaming on only a couple of tracks, and though I didn't enjoy it at first, it's really starting to grow on me. As for the melodic side of things, I've always found the use of effects and processing on his voice to be highly creative and unique, and this album knocks that out of the park again. The digital enhancements are subtle enough to not distract from the actual singing, but you'd feel like something was missing if they weren't there. Audio engineers, take note. If you're gonna use a lot of post-production on someone's voice, this is how you do it. Moving on to the songs, I actually found it tough to pick favorites since I liked so many of them. So instead, I'll actually start with my least favorite. The newest single, The Thing That's Real, felt a little basic compared to the rest of the record. The guitar riff is pretty interesting, and it reminds me of Wouldn't You Rather by Alter Bridge, but the melodic hook and the lyrics and basically everything else does absolutely nothing for me. In my book, this song is a 7 out of 10 amongst a record of 9 out of 10s. So it's not really bad, it's just worse than the others, relatively speaking. The other songs in question are all great. Like the past two albums, Hypoxia starts with a somber instrumental track called Consequences to set the mood for the album. Of all the intro tracks they've written, I think I prefer the one from Human the most, but Consequences is still highly effective and a great primer for this record. The album's two remaining singles, Stain and Hypoxia, are impressive songs and represent two of this record's strengths: epic melodies and gritty aggression. However, these songs only scratch the surface at the level of variety on Hypoxia. Projected mixes slower, broad tracks like Dark and Death Is Mostly Permanent with their signature high-energy style in songs like Dead Weight, Test, and Scars. The closing track, At Your Window, has this quirky bridge that's gonna mess with your sense of time, and honestly, it was quite refreshing to hear. I hope they mess around with more ideas like this in the future, since it was really cool. I'm not asking for like ridiculous prog rock or jazz metal, but any kind of experimentation is always welcome in my book. But that song is not even the biggest surprise from this record. That crown goes to the song My Addiction, which has already stirred up a ton of discussion online. It actually sounds like Mark Tremonti is a guest vocalist on this song, which wouldn't be all that strange considering his deep ties to the group and the fact that he's been a co-writer for songs in the past. However, the song's credits on Spotify make no mention of Mark, and there are no other sources online to confirm whether or not it's actually him. To get to the bottom of this, I actually messaged John Connolly on Facebook directly to see if I could get clarification, and to my surprise and delight, I got a response. John confirmed that he is the vocalist on the record, not Mark, but that Mark actually co-wrote the song and provided lyrics and melodies, which makes a ton more sense why it sounds so much like him. My guess is that Connolly took influence from Tremonti's vocals in order to deliver the lyrics and melodies more accurately to how Tremonti had intended them, and as a result, what we got is probably my favorite song on this album. Thanks again to John Connolly for clarifying this, and well done on a fantastic song. Aside from My Addiction, Stain and Dark are two close runners-up for my favorites, but I think I'll happily listen to any song from this album anytime. If you've watched my channel before, you know that I value creativity, energy, and diversity in music more than anything else, and Hypoxia fits that bill in every regard. The record is 50 minutes of pure adrenaline, and I can comfortably say that it's my favorite record by Projected and one of the best rock albums of 2022. If you haven't listened to it yet, you need to go check it out. I promise it'll be well worth the time. Since you've watched to the end of the video, I think we can assume that you probably enjoyed it. so you should hit the like button. It helps spread this video to a lot more people who might also enjoy it, and it's a free way to support the channel, so there's no reason not to do it. If you like Projected, then you've probably heard of Tremonti. But have your friends? If you're trying to get someone to fall in love with Mark's amazing music, then you need to check out this video about 6 essential Tremonti songs that are gonna get new fans hooked instantly. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.